No, we're not live. It's ridiculous. This doesn't work. Why is it doing that? Oh, now it's live? Jesus. Just start. It says it's just started. It's 19 seconds ago. God Lord. Okay. Well, so thank you for joining us. Sorry, we're having a technical difficulties here. It's a new live streaming system that we're using. Please like the live stream, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. This is PDR Live. We're going to do a house update at the moment, and I hope you can see this here. Let's see if it's coming out. Oh Lord. Yeah, so it is. So just wanted to give you a background on where we're at the 118th United States Congress here in Wikipedia. This is the Congress that convened on January 3rd, as you can see right there, 2023, and will end on January 3rd, 2025. In the 2022 midterm elections, the Republican Party gained control of the House with a 222 to 213 seat advantage. So that was a difference of 9. At the moment, in the 2024 House race, we have, according to the NBC News, the Democrats actually having a net gain of 1 from their previous number of 213. They're at 214. And the Republicans have a minus of 2 seats with 220. There's only one race that has yet to be called, and it's California District 13. And if I'm not mistaken, all of the votes have been counted in that race, and the Democratic candidate at the moment is leading by 190 votes. So there's probably going to be a recount in that House race. That would, if nothing changes after that recount, that would bring the Democratic total up to 215. So the Democrats would actually be in a better position than they were in the previous midterm election. It would be 220 Republican seats to 215 Democratic seats with a difference of 5. So they would be almost cutting the majority that Republicans have had in the previous congressional session by half, if nothing changes in the recount. So that's it. So it looks like Democrats made a very slight gain in the House seats. And of course, on the presidential race, the picture is different, with Donald Trump leading at the moment by a popular vote of 1.5 million votes at the moment. Of course, he won the electoral votes, the electoral college, by winning all of the swing states of Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. He won the election by a difference of over 200,000 votes, and what put him over the top was really Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. So it's not an overwhelming victory for the Republicans on the presidential race, yes, but not so much in the congressional races. Over in the Senate, of course, the Republicans did gain control, but again, there were 33 seats up for grabs, and the majority of those were Democrats who were running for re-election. So that gave Republicans an advantage. So it's a kind of a positive sign in the House for the Democrats. Not so much in the presidential race and in the Senate race. In the Senate race, in the next 2 years, the Democrats actually have a very difficult path to regain control, because the seats that are up for grabs, there are seats that they have not won in this recent presidential election. So they would need to start swinging states in the next presidential election. So they need to do more of an outreach to voters that didn't come out to vote in this election, or people who are kind of switch between voting Democrat or Republican. They need to convince those people to vote Democrat in this Senate race, because the way it looks right now, it's looking like it's very unlikely that the Democrats will regain control of the Senate in 2 years from now. And if the electoral picture does not change, if this electoral map here does not change, then the Democrats are going to have to get used to being in the minority in the Senate. So really, for both political parties, this was really not the greatest of news. I know that the mainstream media paints this as a mandate for Trump. This is clearly not a mandate. He didn't even reach 50% of the popular vote. His victory is impressive, given the fact that he was charged with several crimes and had to go to court and was actually a convicted felon. So it is remarkable that he did regain control of the states that he actually won in this election, and he was able to flip a lot of the states that Biden won in the previous election. But for the Republican Party, moving forward from Donald Trump, it's also not a great picture for them, because it does look likely that they may lose control of the House in 2 years, especially if the economy gets worse because of Trump's tariffs, or some crackdown on immigration has some type of effect on food prices or what have you. Then the voters can come back in 2 years and punish the party in power. Of course, Trump would not be running for re-election anymore, so it would really harm the Republican Party and would make it difficult for them to really regain control of the House in 2026. Now, this is really good news for Trump, in the sense that on the House side, the current Speaker of the House, Speaker Johnson, he has to be careful to not piss off the MAGA wing of the Republican Party, because if you recall, in the previous session, Kevin McCarthy was booted out by a small minority faction of MAGA supporters within the House Republican Party. So in this session, the Speaker of the House really has to be careful not to step on the toes of Trump's supporters within the House. So in a sense, in my opinion, this is good news for Trump and the House. Bad news for establishment Republicans in the House. Is not the greatest news for Republicans moving forward in House elections in the future, because some of these seats, if you look at the picture in Alaska, yes, Republicans regained control of Alaska, but they only did so by a little over 8,000 votes. And if the Democrats come back in 2 years and retake control of this red seat, okay, that's going to really make it difficult for Republicans to regain control of the House. Also wanted to focus on a Senate race that occurred in Nebraska. This was uncontested by Democrats, and an independent candidate with the name of Don Osborne almost defeated the Republican candidate running for the Senate. I don't know if she was the incumbent there, but he almost pulled off a victory and only lost by almost 63,000 votes in this election. So this is a red state. And here we see a case study of an independent candidate, someone running outside the two major party systems, almost pulling off a victory. This race was so close that even President Trump had to intervene, and the Trump campaign helped put ads in this state saying that Don Osborne really is a closet Democrat, that he's not really independent at all. So Osborne, of course, is a former union leader. I think he was a president of a union, and he helped lead a strike action. So really, this is a good case study for Democrats to take away from, because if you look at this, the Nebraska race, had the Democrats actually had a candidate like Don Osborne in Nebraska running on the issues that Don Osborne was running on, they would have flipped this state. And if they can duplicate that model in other red states in the Midwest, they can regain control of the Senate. That's what I'm saying, that they have a difficult picture in 2 years from now. But if the electoral map does not change, meaning Democrats have to change their strategy and appeal more to rural voters. If they don't do that, then it's highly unlikely, in my opinion, that they're going to regain control of the Senate. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that we will continue these live streams in the near future. Sorry for the wait and for the technical difficulties, but it's this tech app that I'm using here is not really the most user-friendly. It's a little bit complicated, but we're on, and thank you so much. Please like the live stream, and if you haven't subscribed to the PDR channel, please do so. Have a good day, and happy Thanksgiving. Happy